Finally, after 10 years of the Dragon Ball Xenoverse series, we have the ability to utilize tools just like in the original game Dragon Ball Online, where we could use swords, power poles, and many other weapons. Hello everyone, it's me again, Steedoj here, back with some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse free information, and this time I wanted to talk specifically about the custom battle style, and I'm going to make this as quick as possible because I do believe that the custom battle style might actually be somewhat limited specifically to mentals, and I do actually want to address how some of the animations in the custom battle style actually tell us what the combos in Xenoverse 3 are going to look like, because two of these images actually straight up do show attack combinations that already exist in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Now, I'll talk more about Soul Change in the future, but I did want to mention now that it's pretty weird that the Soul Change that the female Time Patroller has is the exact same as her custom moveset. Maybe these two mechanics are linked, but without further evidence, I'm going to just keep this as a theory for you guys to have. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think about that down below. But finally, yes, custom movesets. If you guys have been playing Xenoverse for any amount of time, you would know that way the community desperately craves custom movesets on custom characters. We've always all argued they wouldn't even be overpowered if they gave them to us, because if everyone wanted to cheese, they would all just pick Hit's moveset, and if they don't do that, they would just pick Hit. So it's really nice that we finally have customizable movesets in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I wanted to talk about the special features when it comes to them, because obviously we see that there's two being shown here, Vegeta's and Trunks', and I'm going to actually mention how the history of weapons in the Dragon Ball series hasn't actually been alive that long before Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. A great example is that in Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi, we actually had the ability to use swords, and not just any sword, we had the ability to use Trunks' swords, Tapion swords, and Janemba sword on our custom character, because again, you could literally just 100% copy a fighting style from any of your existing mentors in Ultimate Tenkaichi. Now, you couldn't make every playable character a mentor, but for the most part, I do recall most characters' moves were mentor selectable, and this is very important. This is relevant to Xenoverse 3 as well, so keep that in mind, okay? But in Ultimate Tenkaichi, you could put on your mentor's entire weapon set. You could also change your aura as well to also look like any character's aura, or you can make it entirely unique auras. I hope Xenoverse 3 also does that, because Sparking Zero still hasn't done that, despite being a Tenkaichi game. So the ability to customize aura, movesets, full weapons, and transformations was a thing in Ultimate Tenkaichi, but they actually took this even further beyond in Dragon Ball Online, because in Dragon Ball Online, there was a whole different way to like play characters. A good example is if you were a human character, you had like 3 different styles. You had the Spiritualist, Martial Artist, and Weapon Master, or Sword Master. And obviously, Sword Master was the sword class. It's the weapon class for Dragon Ball Online. Now, again, some of you might be like, Steed, why is this important? Wait. Remember, Dragon Ball Online is the original Xenoverse. Plot points from Dragon Ball Online have actually been reused in Xenoverse 1, 2, and very obviously, predictably, in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 as well. So it's very relevant to actually talk about how weapons worked, or even their unique features in Dragon Ball Online, because that's 100% how they're going to adapt them and transfer them over into Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 as well. Now, one thing I do quickly want to address, I don't think the weapon system will be anywhere as insane as Dragon Ball Online's, because again, this weapon system is based on pre-existing characters, which means the most we'll probably get is swords, maybe with some slight gun utility depending on characters, or laser blast utility if you were talking about Galactic Patrol stuff, because let's be real, we are going to be getting that as DLC stuff as well. Maybe we'll see an axe or so if they take any inspiration from like the Ox King or any other characters, but I think for the most part, we are just only going to see swords as our unique weapons. But I do want to actually bring this up regardless, because the custom battle system, just like the one in Ultimate Tenkaichi and not like the one in Dragon Ball Online, is probably based on mentor characters only. Now, the best evidence for this is the fact that Vegeta has always been a mentor ever since Xenoverse 1, Xenoverse 2. He's always been a mentor. It's even more enhanced by the fact that he's the one who teaches you Super Saiyan, especially all the irregular Super Saiyan forms in Xenoverse 2. And Trunks has always been the Time Patrol guy. He's always been our bot by the inner Dragon Ball game. So obviously, since this is a new timeline, maybe, or that it's too far in the future, that this is a different future Trunks, that's why he's also there. And if you guys want to ask why is Goku not there, well, I made another video explaining why Goku probably isn't there, because Goku's probably the new Keeper of Time. He's probably the Gojo Satoru of the team, where he just shows up every now and then to like be super helpful, but he's not actually going to just be there the whole time now. It makes sense why they're hiding Goku so much, even in these gameplay screenshots thing. We saw actual gameplay of Trunks' model, but we've seen Vegeta's animations. We haven't seen anything from Goku, because again, he's got a new design and he plays a special role in the story, so they're not going to show him yet, but it does give me further evidence to believe that this is only for mentor characters, because after not being able to pick Goku, they just picked Trunks and Vegeta, so most likely characters who you only can build mentorships with in the game are the ones you're going to have this ability for. Obviously, it'd be very cool to have custom battle styles with every single playable character in the game, but guys, if we're being realistic, the roster in this game is gonna have to be bigger than the Xenoverse 2 roster. And I don't know if they're willing to give that many animations away to the custom characters, at least for free when the game is out. Maybe in DLC 1, we'll have the option to buy a few more battle styles alongside the new DLC character, right? Maybe battle styles is the thing they'll sell now instead of super souls and other weird things that we get from parallel quests. Maybe it'll be battle styles. No more custom partner keys, no more custom mentor keys, no more of doing any of that stuff for TP medals to, you know, get more medals for leveling up custom partners or unlocking skills for them. Maybe now all of that stuff is just going to get changed into the soul change system and the custom battle style system. I know some people are actually saying that the custom battle system might actually affect your transformations, and I think it will obviously change your transformation moveset, but when it comes to actual transformations, I'm going to say no for now. I'll make a bigger video about it later, but a good example is John 1000. He's got the Vegeta combat system in, like, the, you know, these gameplay screenshots, right? But specifically, his Super Saiyan animation is Super Saiyan Namek Goku's, even the iconic camera angle. So it's safe to say that this is actually still the regular Super Saiyan from Xenoverse 1 and 2, you know, the one that goes all the way up to Super Saiyan 3. And we'll still get the Super Vegeta transformation animation, which you guys know is entirely different. It's with Vegeta clenching his fist up to his face and then going Super Saiyan, right? So the Super Saiyan animations, I mean, this animation kind of proves that Super Vegeta is still in the game. So if you guys were worried about that, no, Super Vegeta is going to be in the game. And hopefully it actually goes all the way up to Super Vegeta 3, because we do have Dragon Ball Daima now. Okay, but that's all for like when I do the Awoken skill video proper. I'm not going to be rushing that anytime soon. So for now, let's get back to the custom battle styles. And I do think when it comes to the custom battle styles, obviously, we're not going to have a complete, like, oh, every mentor from Xenoverse 2 gets a custom battle style in Xenoverse 3. I don't think it'll be like that. A good example is we have to 400% get, like, one female character as, like, a custom battle style, right? So I imagine we'll get Android 18 one. Maybe Videl wants to kind of mix things up since 18 is a bit more of a key attack user and uses, like, disrespectful attack animations, whereas Videl is more of a straightforward fighter and uses less key blast. Ones that we probably won't get, but I'm going to assume we'll get these ones. We'll get Trunks and Janemba 100% of sword characters, because they do have two different fighting styles. I don't think we'll get Tapion, because he kind of just fights very similar to Trunks, and there's not too much to add extra onto it. When it comes to traditional melee fighters, I imagine we'll get all the original Z fighters, all the main Z fighters at least. Like Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin will definitely all get them, even though, again, their fighting styles are, you know, it's slightly different, but when we're talking about honest Dragon Ball character movesets, they're not exactly the most unique, but they are different enough. Another great example of a few unique ones I think we will get is stuff like, obviously, again, Hit, Dragon Ball Z Broly, etc., etc., because those characters are ultra unique, as well as, you know, are less frequent in Dragon Ball games. A good example is Broly is a mentor in Xenoverse 2. They know how funny he is, especially to give characters Broly's moveset, and Hit is a very, very, very popular character in Dragon Ball. In fact, a lot of people since the beginning of Xenoverse 2 have been like, hey, where's Hit's super attacks? And they eventually gave them to us. Hey, where's Hit's clothes? They never gave that to us. You know, I mean, well, what if we could have like Hit's assassin moveset? Where's Pure Progress? Like, Hit is one of the characters that people have asked for the most of his things to be in the game. I would say the second most character is UI Goku, who I don't think is going to get a battle style, by the way. I just think that we'll have our own Ultra Instinct transformation with its own unique combat animations, but I don't think we're going to be getting a UI Goku battle style, simply because Ultra Instinct kind of just always makes you just like that, so it wouldn't make any sense to make a battle style based on it when your own regular fighting style is going to adapt to it. Majin Buu is also a pretty obvious one, not just because obviously the Majin race, but because Majin Buu is going to play an even bigger role when we do get the anime that is coming out alongside the game, which is, again, the Galactic Patroller Survival Arc, because Majin Buu is going to show up in that. Maybe the big fat Supreme Kai is going to show up in that too. So Majin Buu will get more to do. And then obviously, again, I'm not saying these are all of the ones in the game, right? I'm just saying a few great ones that are very easy to predict. Frieza being the last one. Not only because Frieza is the most popular Dragon Ball villain, but also when they're done with the Moro arc, very predictably they'll have to do the Granola arc, and we all know what's in the Granola arc, so obviously they have to adjust or adapt Frieza's battle style in the game in some sense. Maybe it'll evolve when they actually do get to the Black Frieza section of the anime, because obviously when Black Frieza gets added to, well, when he shows up in the anime, he'll get added as a transformation for Frieza Customs, and then also the battle style as well. And I don't know about the soul change. I feel like they would just make him his own separate DLC character when the time comes, but you know, we'll get there when we get there, which is next year. So without further ado, I think that's a great place to end the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, it greatly supports the channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next, fellas. I do love you all, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Take care and peace. Bye bye.